Hello and welcome to your January 28th Dark Moon reading. I have seen where people have stated this moon period as the Black Moon. Either way, Dark Moon, Black Moon, it is a three day gate between the full moon and the new moon. And during this time period, we use it to get in that extra last little bit of release of the shadow self that's coming in and like really letting go of things that are no longer serving us in this time period. Is how we can harness these next 3 days for the dark moon. And so to do so, we're going to be looking at what energies are being asked for at this time to be looked at. So we have the dragon card coming in for discover your courage. And we also have new beginnings, which is beautiful for in bulk. And we have the seven heavenly virtues coming in. These are really great cards as we're walking in this dark moon gate period. The To start out, we've got this dragon card. The dragon card came in upside down. With me, whenever a card comes in upside down, that is an awareness to bring into our reality. And what this and I giggle because one of my circles has been talking about dragon energy a lot, and so it's very appropriate to me to have for the dragon card to come up, especially with its relationship to fire. And as we walk into Imbolc, which is next week, and we have more creature energy with my child walking by. As we're walking into that, Imbolc is very much a season of fire with so during this dark moon period, the awareness that's coming in with this courage card, with this dragon card, is really asking you to tap into that fierceness, to allow yourself the permission to be courageously fierce, regardless of how others may see it. Like, there's a real presence about dragons when I think about them that is really stepping into this you shall not pass energy, kind of like Gandalf, where they hold this majestic boundary. And there's really a sense that what needs to be let go of during this dark moon time period is whatever is preventing you from stepping into that fierce warrior position, from stepping into being that, holding that boundary line for yourself in this upcoming battle, whether it be within yourself or within what's happening in the world right now, but to really stepping into finding what is going to, nope. What I hear is breaking free. What is going to give you the courage to hold on to that fierceness that allows you to break free so that you can start into your new beginnings? Because that's what we've got coming in next. So I love this. We've got the dragon, and then behind the dragon, we have the phoenix rising, which is we're walking into Imbolc. That is all starting of spring. That is all about the new beginnings. It's the new beginnings for the year. That's the season's rebirth. And so when we when you're stepping into this dragon card, into this courage, it's really about, and to this fierceness, it's about what new beginnings you are going to blaze. So here's a double fire. We've got more fire coming in for this dark moon reading, and this is the courage to start those new beginnings, to start anew. Whether this is being, what I'm really feeling this for is for people who are ready to start stepping into their own. Like, what have you been waiting for? Is it because it's been dark and you haven't had the energy because of winter time? It's now time to step in and claim that fierceness, claim that courage, and start this process of new beginning, whether that be knowing yourself or stepping into um, creating more community, whether that be a community of resistance or a community of get togetherness, or whether that be a community that just holds love so that you can heal together. This, what is your story, and what is the new beginning that you have been preventing yourself from starting to look at? Now is the time to let go of all the things that have told you that you're not allowed to start on that process. Everything is changing right now, and it's time to burn away, using this energy of the rising phoenix, to burn away and allow you to grow from whatever the ashes that will remain, to find that fierce courage to step into your new beginnings as we start spring. And really, the focus here too, as you're starting this new beginning and you're finding this fierceness, a this is not about a me first and nobody ever. This is about finding your ability to hold yourself in alliance with your own light, holding yourself in right alignment with who you are, while presenting who you are as a, oh, what is the word I'm looking for? Like allowing yourself to be there for other people, because now you're showing up for yourself. This isn't like the narcissistic way, as the word I was looking for, narcissist. This isn't like the narcissistic showing up for yourself and like putting yourself first. This is the stepping into alignment so that you, with yourself and your healing and your light, so that you can form whatever community, whatever start that you need to have. And holding yourself and your virtues, that's where the seven heavenly virtues comes in. This is something where I feel like you've held these for so long, and I'm really feeling that this is going out for any people pleasers out there who have been attempting to not allow themselves, because it would hurt somebody's feelings if they stepped out of line, if they went forward more than they were supposed to, um, or when they really started showing up for themselves, that people people have told them they're not allowed to do that because of those other people, because those other people are most likely the ones who need you to stay in that that pleasing aspect. And so really coming back to this seven heavenly virtues being the keys to goodness, right? These are the heavenly qualities that allow you to stay in alignment with your light. So that comes down to prudence, to faith, to hope, to justice, to I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, to allowing yourself to step into all of those alignments so that you can show up for yourself, for your community, and for others in a way that is healthy for you and the rest of them. The ones who are telling you that you can't, that may be part of this courage card. You know, you might go a little bit unloved for a little bit because you've built this community around you who doesn't agree with you taking care of yourself. And so it's going to take a little bit of courage to step out on your own. It's going to take a little bit of courage to be alone for a little while and to pick yourself first. Like, your nervous system is going to tell you you're doing everything wrong because it's kept you safe to give in to everybody. But you've used all of this for so long with other people. It's time to turn that back around and put it onto yourself. And so, to help aid in that and finding that courage, is we're using this 3-day window. And of course, this is just the start of a journey. This is just, could be just the, yes, this is what I want to do. Yes, saying yes is just such an important part of your journey. If that's all you use this dark moon or black moon period for, is to open up to the possibility of starting your own personal path, then you're winning. You're winning. And so we're looking at what emotion that we can look at and let go of or heal during this time period of this dark moon gate. So we have the sexuality card coming out, and this is really about stepping in and owning what your sexuality, and that is not just, and what sexuality is. It's not just about going out and being sexually active or doing any of that, but really taking ownership over what type of energy that brings into your life, how that makes you feel, how that makes you feel. There's a powerful feeling that happens when we really understand everything about ourselves, and part of that is even in our sexuality is knowing who we are. Comes down to that creation aspect within the solar plexus, or sorry, within the sacral, which is sacral chakra, which is governed by sexuality, by passion. What is it that creates that passion, that fire, that feeling of being a goddess or a god, especially during this time period where we are being, where all of that is under attack with different laws and regulations that are coming in. There is wisdom to being in connection with that primal sexual aspect of yourself. And so it's a feel, almost feels like at some point there's all the shame that was put on you for being in touch with that. And this is about letting go of some of that shame and reconnecting yourself, whether that be with with self pleasure, or whether it be with actually stepping in creation. There's a fire aspect, so this reading's a lot of, it has a lot to do with fire. We've got the dragon energy coming in, we have a phoenix of rebirth, we have the the sacral chakra coming in, passion, fire, burning. This is all about stepping into that ownership of who you are. And in order to do that, you have to let go of some of that shame that somebody at some point told you, whether it be the church or whether it be your parents that told you that you couldn't stand in alignment with who you were because it was wrong. There is so much power when we know ourselves and are able to express ourselves fully in whatever ways we wish to. And that's where, look, we got this cobra down here, this sexuality card. And I think that that is the card, that is the symbol that is pointing, is really standing out to me the most in this card. We also have a lion up here. So this is really about that primal essence of who you are. This primal essence that has been challenged and asked to sit down and asked to not be shown and asked to stay quiet. And I'm going to use the word demure because I really, that just, no, we are not demure. We are raw sexual beings. We are powerful, and we are here to create. And part of that is owning that sexuality. Part of that starting these new beginnings is coming in and understanding who we are fully. And I really feel like we've also got the pride card coming in, and what I'm really sensing with this card is that there needs to be pride within you. Like, it's really interesting. And this sexuality card usually comes out when I'm talking to somebody in the LGBTQ community and really stepping in. So it's funny that this is followed up with the pride card as well, because this is really stepping into who you are, whether you're in the LGBTQ community or not. This is about owning and being prideful of be having pride, because it's almost like, especially if you're a people pleaser, you haven't had any pride. You've allowed all of your pride to be given to somebody else. And in order to make them happy, in order to keep people around, you've given it all away. And so this is about reclaiming that pride. This is about healing that pride essence of yourself. And I just also like to point out that I have a little dragon up there. So we were talking about fire energy. We were talking about the new beginnings. We were talking about standing in the light of who you are. And part of that is knowing who you are. So and part of that is just saying yes to being excited and wanting to do this journey, because whether you have already stepped into knowing who you are and owning that, now it's a, if you've done that, great. And but if you haven't, sweet, let's do it, let's start it. You can start here, start now. But also for those that have already owned that, this is like almost like a test. Are you really going to keep owning it in the face of adversity? Are you going to keep owning it? Are you going to keep showing up for yourself, not only for yourself, but those around you who are facing the similar challenges and they're needing somebody to look up to, someone to lean into? Are you going to be coming up as that fierce warrior for them to see for yourself? You stand up for yourself, and people see that ripples out to everyone around you. And so stepping in with this gate period is of the dark moon is really as simple as, are you ready to say yes, and are you ready to burn away all the things that are preventing you from stepping into that? Choice is always yours. And I will see you for a new moon reading on the 29th, 30th, something like that, on Friday. 31st. That's what it is. We'll see you then.